everybody? Welcome back to a brand new week here on the Cabral Concept. Excited to get into today's show. It's going to start with an amazing quote that I was just introduced to the other day, and I knew I had to share it with you. So let's dive right in. That quote is, "Mastery is the best goal because the rich can't buy it, the impatient can't rush it, the privileged can't inherit it, and nobody can steal it. You can only earn it through hard work. Mastery is the ultimate status." Let me read that one more time, and I really want to dissect this because I believe it holds the key to your long-term success and happiness. So here it is one more time. Mastery is the best goal because the rich can't buy it, the impatient can't rush it, the privileged can't inherit it, and nobody can steal it. You can only earn it through hard work. Mastery is the ultimate status. So when I look at this, I say, this is everything that I feel about goal setting and growth and therefore happiness all rolled into one. And the reason is that ultimately, yes, we want the end result that we seek, but that shouldn't necessarily be what we strive for. Because the end result can be hacked, and the problem is when we shortcut it or we have a little cheat code to get there, we don't ever hold on to it. It's always slipping through our fingers, meaning like for a momentary period of time, we earned that thing or we got that thing. I'm not sure earned is the right word. And then it slips through our grasp again. However, if we get to that end result through mastery, which I'm going to share you 3 examples here today, it is forever ours. Those results can never be taken away because we are someone who has become worthy of achieving whatever that desire is. So as we go back to our big goals, and I'm sure you're setting big goals right now in your life, but whether it's relationship or health or body transformation or spirituality or career and finance based, we have to understand is, sure, there are ways to cheat the system, but the only way that you can feel confident that it can never be taken away is if you master that which you hope to achieve. So let me just give you a few examples. So I teach a lot of integrative health practitioners, over 5,000 health coaches and doctors and practitioners and all sorts of amazing people. And of course, they want to be able to grow their practice and work with more clients. Who doesn't? It's amazing work. You get to share your passion for what you love to study and help people get the results that they're looking for. But of course, you could want the end result, a busy practice, lots of clients, but you could also cheat the system, right? So what could you do? Well, you could put up fake success stories on Instagram. You could try to get a video to go viral, get a lot of people to contact you. What happens? Well, once that viral video goes away or your fake success stories are taken away, what you're left with is what? Well, right back where you started, at ground zero. So then how do you build up this successful, busy practice with all the clients of your dreams? Well, the thing is, you need to master one particular niche. Now, you want to know a broad scope, but you want to master one niche of individuals. Maybe it is fertility, or it could be children's-based health, or it could be men over 40, women over 40 working on menopause, and what are some other big niches that people have on brain and cognitive-based health, on cancer supportive-based therapy. There's literally every single niche. And then the goal is to begin to work with individuals, right? You work with individuals, you learn the ropes, you learn the ups and downs, you get people great results, and then you start to get known for helping people in this particular niche. Then, of course, you get referrals within that same niche, but also others from all walks of life, because if you can help someone here, certainly you could help them with the gut issues or any one of those particular root causes. Now, you might say, well, that sounds like it takes some time. It does. That's the thing about mastery, is that it doesn't happen overnight. Now, the issue is that you say, well, I really want to get there faster. Understood, and I get that, but the time's going to pass anyways. So if you're not focused on mastery, then ultimately you just keep setting back the timeline. 6 more months, a year, 2 years, until you do this the proper way. The next one is weight loss. So weight loss is the biggest one that I've ever seen. It is an achievable goal for every human. The problem is, Again, we want to hack the system, get the cheat results, right? Get the cheat code, the short results. So what is it? Well, it's always chronically dieting and chronically over-exercising in the beginning, realizing it's not sustainable, crashing, then your metabolism's already lower, so you gain the weight back, and then some. Like that, this is literally the history of chronic dieting and people trying to lose weight. And it's super frustrating. So eventually people just give up, or every 3 to 6 months, they start again, they get those initial results, and then they crash, right? So that, but also our industry perpetuates it. So I get why people are in this up and down yo-yo based dieting. I don't know, like this is the culture that we've created, and it's not good. So what do we need to do? Well, we need to master how we put on that weight in the first place. We need to look at what would that be? So we need to look at our metabolism. Well, what's our metabolism made out of? Okay, well, it's made out of estrogen, progesterone, testosterone, DHEA, cortisol levels, thyroid. So we want to look at like our hormones, vitamin D, insulin, hemoglobin A1C, that's all part of that, right? So someone might run something like a stress mood and metabolism test right at home. They get their results. They say, oh, it's not just me. I have lower levels of functional thyroid. I have higher levels of estrogen. I have high evening cortisol. And those are the 3 main reasons why I'm not able to lose the weight. Okay. Now, sure, I'll watch my calories. I'll watch putting good food in my body. I'm going to exercise, but not over exercise. I'm going to start here, work my way up, and I'm going to fix my thyroid issues. I'm going to fix my sleep, my stress, my cortisol at night. And then all of a sudden, magically, again, it's not magic, the weight starts to just come off far more effortlessly, but also they're mastering their metabolism. They're mastering their body. And when they do that now, they own those results. It wasn't a fluke. It didn't happen by accident, and it's maintainable because once they rebalance their hormones, it's going to stay rebalanced as long as, of course, they follow the healthy lifestyle that allows them to do that. The third example I wanted to give you is autoimmune issues. So we have over 55 million Americans with autoimmune issues, and it starts younger and younger every single year. Okay, so what would the cheat be, right? What's the cheat to get rid of, let's say, the pain in the joints for rheumatoid arthritis or certain psoriasis-based skin rashes? Well, the cheat is using biological drugs. Biological drugs, by the name of it, it makes it sound like, wow, this is great, like it's biological. That sounds organic. That sounds natural. No, it shuts down a part of your immune system. So it shuts down the immune system, so the immune system does not go after self. It does not attack self, right? Autoimmune. Here's the issue. It can cause massive long-term health issues because you're shutting down a part of your immune system. So yes, you're not getting the inflammatory reactions with the skin or the joints or, pick whatever the autoimmune issues that you want to look at. But so the short term, you're like, oh, modern miracle, I feel so much better. Sure. But then 5 years down the road, 10 years from down the road, you get an even worse based dis-ease of the body. So what would mastery be? Mastery would be saying, why do I have this autoimmune issue in the first place? You might run something like the Big Five. You might find out you've got candida overgrowth, you've got bacterial overgrowth in your gut, you've got leaky gut. You also have high levels of mercury and high levels of aluminum. Okay, so we fix the gut, we eliminate the heavy metals, we replace any deficiencies there may be, fix the nutrition, begin to move through that de-stress protocol that I talk about in the rain barrel effect, and then the body begins to heal over a 6-month period of time, maybe a little bit longer for some others, 12 months maximum. But then what happens? Well, at the end of the year, you've gotten to the root cause, gotten the body healthy, it's rebalanced, and now it's in a healthy state where dis-ease can't live. And if it can't live, well, then you don't have autoimmune issues anymore. Here's the amazing thing. You've now mastered your health. Sure, things may come up in the future, but you'll work on those as well, the same exact way, through mastery, through owning your goal rather than trying to shortcut around it. Anybody can do that. Trust me, I've tried to do that many, many times earlier in my life. I've just realized that it doesn't make any sense. So if I'm going to set a goal, I'm going to go after it through mastery. So what I typically do, and I know this is not the ability for everyone to do, but the very best thing you can do is hire a coach or hire someone that's already been there, like whatever your goal. So I talked about this before when I was getting into doing some sprint triathlons and things like that back in the day. I'm like, I can swim, but it's a lot of effort. Like it's not effortless and it's just not great form. I'm going to hire a coach. So I hired a coach. This is back in the day. So they would actually like watch me in the pool. And I'm like, all right, this is what you're doing wrong. This is what you're doing wrong. They would put me on video and they're like, oh, I'm like, yeah, that does not look good. I'm definitely using way too much energy. And so then they fix that. But if you weren't able to hire a coach, what could you do? And I'm just giving you one example here, but you could watch videos, obviously, on YouTube from experts. You could maybe take their course, probably less expensive to do that. And then certainly you could read a book for most people, right? And so there's always that, like, work directly with the expert who's already been there. If not, take their course or whatever it may be, because that's going to be more in depth than a book. And then if not, read the book. And sometimes it's in reverse order. You're like, I don't know if I should do this. Well, very inexpensive commitment is you read a book. It's like $15 to purchase the book. If it's not really your thing, okay, no big deal. You don't want to go down that path. $15 was your only investment. Now you want to take it to the next level. A course might be $500. It might be $300, whatever the course is. Maybe it's $1,000. Okay, so great. Now you're really looking in depth in this and you're going to learn about it. You're going to learn the ins and outs. That's how we achieve mastery. Mastery is through education, but it's also through action. So we begin to take actions along with that course. And then, of course, the last part is working with a practitioner, a coach, whoever it might be, and now you're investing in their time, so it might be a little bit more expensive, but they're personalizing the plan for you. So what I always talk about is that mastery really is just education. Feel free to get that education in any way, shape, or form that you see fit, and also that you're able to. But then from the education that you get, what you glean that you need to do in order to grow, then you're going to create an action checklist, right? And the actions don't all come at once. That's the nice thing. It's not overwhelming. It's like, oh, well, I started here, right? So if like you're a beginner IHP, what do you need to do? Well, you need to first get your education, get your certification. When you're doing that, you can start to post a little bit on social media, or at least start a social media account. After that, you can have maybe one-page website. Like, you can just start to move through the process, and it's one step after another. And then you begin to share your information with potential clients. They then schedule a free consultation with you to see if you're the right fit. Some will be the right fit, some may not be the right fit. And the ones that are, now you're working with your first client. You focus on them, you have more time, you get them excellent results, and then they get those results and they want to share that with others because they want to share what worked for them. Then you begin to get referrals and your big business begins to grow. That's true mastery, right? And you can accelerate that by trying to work with more clients in the beginning, right? That's just how it works, but it just starts and begins to snowball. Same with weight loss. You're going to find some things that really work for you and some that don't, and you're going to build off of that along the way. This is every single goal you have works like this. This is just, I'm just talking about from a field that I know, but every field works from this. Mastery is understanding something inside and out, which just takes time, right? Doesn't mean you can't get started though. And then by taking action, you begin to learn everything you don't know, because when you take action, more questions or challenges arise. Don't look at that as a bad thing. Those are stepping stones to learn more. And there really is only so much to learn before you achieve mastery. Now, in the field of health, at least, it's infinite. That's why I love it. So you can do this the rest of your life, but that doesn't mean that you haven't achieved mastery. Once you know what you need to in order to get to your goal, you've achieved it. You've achieved enough mastery in order to own that goal. Now you can't slide backwards, right? You can't unknow what you already know. So now you just set bigger goals. Well, those bigger goals require what? Additional mastery. Additional mastery allows you to then get the education, the actions, you achieve the next goal, which is amazing. You love the end result, but then you begin to realize that mastery is really just about growth in life. It's about setting worthwhile goals, something that is worth your time, your energy, and sometimes frustration in order to be able to learn and take your life to that next level. When you look at life that way, though, it is less about what you achieve in the end and more about the path that you decide to walk on each and every day. Hopefully today's show was helpful. I appreciate you so much for tuning into the show. As always, do share the show with anyone you believe it could serve. Take care, everybody. Thanks so much for tuning into today's show. Before you go, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. I want to make sure that you're getting our daily content, not missing out on anything. Functional medicine, wellness, weight gain, weight loss, anti-aging, living longer, stronger, and all of the most cutting-edge research. And if there's any topics you want to hear, feel free to leave them in the comments below. Take care.